Hi guys and welcome to prediction week 5, and we start with the evening kickoff tonight, which is Bournemouth versus Brighton. I've gone for a lively game for this one actually. Two teams that are not the best at defending. Obviously Bournemouth will be a bit disappointed, the way they got demolished by Arsenal last week. Can't quite remember how Brighton got on. But I think this is set up for both the teams tonight. They both like to attack. As I say, they're both not that good at defending. So I've gone for a lively game. I'm going to go Bournemouth 2, Brighton 2. Looking forward to watching that one tonight, actually. I think, as I say, I think that could be quite a good game. We then go to the lunchtime kickoff on Saturday. We have Crystal Palace versus Southampton. Obviously, Crystal Palace have just sacked their manager, and I'm not sure if Roy Hodgson's there just yet. But I know that there are in talks of him going there. But if he does start tomorrow, it's all that, moon manager, got something to prove. It's a new chance with the new gaffer there. So that could make Crystal Palace the players turn up for tomorrow. Southampton struggling to get into gear at the moment, but I'm going to go for 1-1 in this game. Actually, I'm going to go Crystal Palace 1, Southampton 1. As I say, they've got a new manager at the moment, Crystal Palace. So it's going to take time to get used to Hodgson's system. Obviously, say Southampton aren't the best, so I think they're probably going to play for a draw, to be honest. So that's why I'm going to go 1-1. Now we go to the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and we have Huddersfield versus Leicester. I spoke about Huddersfield this season. I've been quite impressed with Huddersfield actually, and I fancy them at home. I fancy them to just about beat Leicester. I do think Leicester will score, but I'm going to go Huddersfield 2, Leicester 1. We then have West Bromwich Albion versus West Ham. Again, two teams that are struggling to get into the form at the moment. So again, I'm going to go for a dual 1-1 game in this one. Sadly, I'm going to go West Brom 1, West Ham 1. We then have Liverpool versus Burnley. Obviously, Liverpool again will be disappointed with the Manchester City game last week, and then obviously drawing 2-2 at home, their first Champions League game on Wednesday night, I think it was. So obviously Liverpool want to get off to a winning start now. They've dropped a point in the Champions League, or 2 points in the Champions League. They've dropped points in the Premier League. So I think being against Burnley at home, I think they're going to have to start getting back to winning ways on this one. So I'm going to go Liverpool 2, Burnley 0. We then have Watford versus Manchester City. Obviously, I've just spoke about Manchester City, and I think it's going to be quite a different game, this one, to what they played Liverpool, being as though they're away as well. I think Watford will make it difficult for them, but I think that Manchester City are going to be far too strong for them. I'm going to go Watford 1, Manchester City 2. We then have Newcastle versus Stoke. Again, two teams that are struggling to get into the form at the moment. However, Stoke will be buzzing last week, getting a draw against Manchester United. I did watch that game. To be fair, they were a little bit lucky. But, doesn't matter if you put the ball in the back of the net, then obviously, you're worthy of a point against Manchester United, which is what they did. Again, different kind of atmosphere, different kind of game. It is at St James this week, or Sports Direct, whatever the hell it's called now. And I'm going to go Newcastle 1, Stoke 1. At 5:30, we have Tottenham versus Swansea. Tottenham finally broke their Wembley curse, and they won on Tuesday night at Wembley. And I think again they're going to be far too strong for Swansea, especially, well, say at home, but at Wembley. I'm going to go Spurs 3, Swansea 1. We then go to the Sunday kickoffs, and we have at first at 1:30 Chelsea versus Arsenal. I'm going to try and analyse this one a little bit. Obviously, Chelsea played in the week. It's hard to see what happens here in terms of Arsenal. As I say, absolutely dreadful against Liverpool. Looked like the players weren't playing for him. Then I thought we were outstanding last week against Bournemouth, to tell you the truth. I don't think Bournemouth had a sniff, to be honest. I think they didn't get a shot on target until the 85th minute. So Arsenal really gave them a footballing lesson last week, which I was really happy with. Obviously, we played our first Europa League game last night. Is that going to come into play? Not sure. But the first half, again, it looked like the players weren't playing for him. They just looked absolutely lost, and we didn't really get a sniff. and Espina got made to got owned like an absolute bitch yesterday. And they got lobbed for about 35 yards. I mean, what are you doing there, Espina? And that's another thing. You know, what I said in my Arsenal review the other week. You know, it's that. You know, yes, I know it's Europa League, but it's still Europe. You know, why are you dropping your first team goalkeeper to play your second choice goalkeeper? You know, you have to think. I don't think Cech would have made that mistake. Yes, he has made mistakes, but I don't think he'd make one like that. To be honest with you, well, you know, let's give Espina the benefit of the doubt. You know, he did keep us in the for the rest of the first half. You know, I suppose he did make up for it a little bit, but. Yeah, and then the second half it was a completely different Arsenal, you know, completely different animal. It was like the Arsenal versus Bournemouth on Saturday. So that leads me to struggle to where the hell do we go for Sunday's game against Chelsea. I think Arsenal need to get something out of this game, you know, to prove a point that they are playing for Wenger, and you know, there isn't a crisis, you know, and that behind the scenes. I think if we can get a result at Chelsea, then I think it'll put people's mind at rest a little bit. I'm not saying that people want him in. I'm not saying the Wenger out and the AKBs will stop completely, but I think it'll calm it down a little bit. You know, if we can get a result at Chelsea and start getting on a bit of an unbeaten form now. And I don't think we'll get 3 points at Chelsea, but I'm going to give us a point. I'm going to go Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1. It's a big ask, but as I say, we can do it. You know, it's as I say, it calms things down, and it just gives the players a lot of confidence, and hopefully, as I say, we can get our season going. We'll see. And then we finish off the weekend at 4 o'clock. We have Manchester United versus Everton. Everton have been absolutely dreadful lately. They haven't won since they beat Stoke on the first game of the season. Been absolutely dreadful, and I think that Manchester United are going to be far too strong for them as well. I'm going to go Manchester United 3, Everton 1. So that has been my predictions for this week, guys, and I hope you enjoy next week's predictions as well. As I'm sorry at the moment that I'm a little bit all over the place. I've got things going on in the background, and I do still want to give you these videos, but I just want to explain, you know, that's why I'm a little bit all over the place at the moment. I've got things going on, and a bit of an update as well. There'll be a prediction video on Wednesday, and then there'll be a predictions video next Friday. Because I'm not going to be here to do so what I'll be doing is I'll be doing the review. I'll be doing next week's predictions on Wednesday, and then the following predictions, the fixtures after that on a week today, because I'm going on holiday to Lords, and I won't be getting back till the following Friday, about 7:30, 8 o'clock. It's just going to be far too late. I'm going to be too tired, and I won't get time to do it. So 2 prediction videos coming up next week to cover the next 2 Premier League fixtures. Alright, thank you for watching, guys.